Hey guys, Shane here. It's Pocket Knife Review. This is not an unboxing; it's an unrolling. I've got this roll of awesome knives that I acquired yesterday. I had a little meet up with Javon or John Evans up in Huntsville. We also got to meet A to Z EDC and Dark Gravity, and um, you know it was the first time for me meeting any of those guys. I think they've all met a couple of times already, but man, it was incredible. I got to meet some awesome people and hear their story and hear their knife story, and got to experience some of their knives that I would have never gotten to experience in my life probably if it wasn't for them, and I'm truly grateful for that. Well, upon leaving, John Evans hooked me up with this knife roll here and filled it full of knives for me, stuff that I could bring home and just kind of play with and experience and get a feel for, and do reviews on and kind of bring you guys my opinions on them. And one of the first ones here, um, it's a little bit out of place for the quality of some of these other knives, but this is the little Kershaw Launch 9 California compliant auto. Guys, even looking at the screen now in my hand, it looks like a normal size knife, but until you hold it, until you fire it, you don't really get a feel for just how tiny this thing really is. It's a little bitty knife, but it's cool. It's not threatening at all. I guess at least it does give people out there on the left coast a chance to carry an automatic legally. But anyway, so moving on, this next one I got to bring back with me is the made by Hogue, the Sig Sauer K320 Tanto. This is a crossbar lock knife with a Tanto blade. This is that line of knives that they did for Sig to kind of match, where you could match your pocket knife with your pistol. That's pretty cool. So glad to be checking that out. Always looking forward to checking out a good quality American-made product. Y'all know that. So reviews coming on that. This next knife, guys, is a lot of you know it already, and a lot of you love it. A lot of you lusting after it. I really wasn't all that excited about it. I've seen lots of videos on it, and it just never really caught my passion, I guess you could say. I didn't have anything against it. I just thought it was a little plain, a little boring to me. And then I held it, and let me say this: there's several knives in here that I had opinions about from seeing other people review, and those opinions have been changed drastically. Once holding these knives and experiencing these knives, guys, there's just things about these knives that don't make sense. There's things about the action and the detent that just don't make sense. But anyway, all you guys know that this is from Vero Engineering. This is an incredible knife, and I can't wait to spend a little time with it and do a review on it. So, moving on, I asked John if he would bring this knife because it's caught my eye so many times. I had an opportunity to buy one of these a year ago, and I didn't. I'll be honest with you, I've been kind of regretting it. I love the aesthetics of this knife. I love the way it looks. I love the shape. The only thing that could have made push this knife over the top for me would have been a finger troll, and let's face it, then it would have just been a Ferrum Forge. So anyway, that's the Artisan Arian. Looking forward to spending some time with that, doing a review on it. Let's get moving on so this don't last too long. I also got a chance to handle and borrow the Mini Arian. I like this knife a lot. It's not that it's too small for me because of the way it fits in my hand. It fits in my hand. The ergonomics are perfect. It's just I'm a 270 pound man child, and I still like big, tactical, scary looking knives for absolutely no reason. Doesn't make any sense, but it's my taste, and I have mine, you have yours. So anyway, I was also very excited about this. As you can see, guys, there's a lot in here to be excited about for somebody who hasn't experienced this stuff before. But this is the TRM Atom, and man, I'm impressed with this knife. I love this knife. I should probably wait to do my review to touch on one thing. that I am going to give it just a minute already. Centering slightly off. I'm not on here bashing TRM. I'm not mad about it. The action is so perfect. And I'll get into why I don't care about that on this knife when I do the review a little later on. So stay tuned for that. This, gosh man, this thing left me speechless. When I saw you guys having a fit over this thick boy, and then I saw what it was, and I saw the size, I was kind of excited about this knife when I thought it was a big knife. I just couldn't imagine what the appeal of a small cleaver could be. It's why I don't own a mini sheepdog. And once again, I held it. I experienced it. Now some of this stuff in this engineering and the fit and finish of these knives, you're just never going to understand until you hold it, until you feel it. You think you know what smooth is. You could be wrong, because I was. Some of this stuff is just next level. You know, does it break my heart that it's, you know, some of this stuff is made with foreign material? Sure it does, but you got to respect well made when you hold it. Anyway, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but that's the EMP EDC Thick Boy. Could have borrowed the Nimble and all. I felt too guilty to have both of those knives at the same time, so I didn't do it. This is the Max Ace Babylon. This is the premium version of that knife. I was super excited to get to hold this, to get to play with it. And guys, this is a dangerous knife. When that is a absolute finger guillotine. Can't wait to bring you guys a review about that. Another knife that really shocked me, and this one might be the most surprising because it wasn't a $350, $450 knife that really blew my socks off. It was a knife that I've seen many times, and a lot of you already own, and I really had no idea how good it was. I mean, you guys talk about how good it is, but and then holding it and experiencing it, this thing hits so far out of its price range. It's embarrassing. It's the Orion. Wait for the review. You'll see. Awesome knife. My biggest surprise of the day. I owe Sanford at Monterey Bay Knives an apology. On a live here recently, I spoke my truth, and all I said was, I want to love Monterey Bay Knives, but they bored me a little. By that, what I meant was, once again, I'm a man child, and I like big, scary tactical knives, and Monterey Bay Knives are not that. So I wasn't super excited about them. And then I learned that it's not necessarily about the size or design with these things. It's the fit and finish and the quality of what you're getting. And it's an immeasurable thing. You literally have to have it in hand. You have to handle it. You have to use it to really understand. If I were going to design a knife, would it look like this? No. Would it be as good as this? No. Sanford, I apologize, man. Hats off to you guys for what y'all are doing. This is an amazing cutting tool. You guys know how big I am on a knife being that, and this is that, and it is an absolute home run. All right, one more that I had never even really looked at. I knew it existed. Didn't have a whole lot of interest in it until I held it in hand. I'm not even sure what this thing is called yet. I'll have to dig a little deeper into that. It's just after holding it and seeing it, and bringing out the inner child in me, I had to borrow it. But this Hogue is enormous, guys. This is a bad tactical knife. However, it carries really well. I know a lot of you are going to hate it because it's tipped down, and why that associates with tactical, I have no idea, but I don't mind it. I don't care if it's tipped down. It's just a cool knife, and I look forward to spending some time with it and talking to you guys about it. Here's another one that I've witnessed the hype train around. I kind of understood it because I love the way it looks. I thought, man, that is a great hipster knife, that's a great gentleman's knife, that's a great, going to a nice dinner knife. But it's more than that. That was my fault. You guys know I'm horrible at flicking most of the time. This is just a really cool knife, man, and a really well made, a really well put together cutting machine. I had no idea how good a cutter, how good a slicer this was going to be. This is the Urban EDC F5.5. I understand now why I left the EDC. Owns as many of these things as he has fingers. It all makes sense to me now. But that's all I've got for now, guys. That's all I've got borrowed. I'm gonna spend a little time with these knives, and I'm not gonna hard use them. I'm probably not gonna carry them, so I wouldn't call it a full-blown review. I'm just gonna kind of give my opinions on them after I cut some paper and walk around the house with them in my pocket and see how they carry, see how easy they are to get in and out of the pocket, see how they cut on paper, probably, of course. Anyway, and just kind of give you my overview and my opinion on them. And once again, man, it means the world to me, John, that you would entrust me with this much, not just this much money, but this much pride. I know how much pride you have in the stuff that you own. And I just did a video on the value of that, and I know what it means to me, so I know what it means to you, and I really appreciate it, buddy. You are my brother, and I love you. And guys, once again, I appreciate every second of your time that you spend with me. I know you don't have to do that. It means the world to me. That's all I got for you today. Peace. I love you guys.